Craig Sullivan, I'm all twisted, turned about, and ooh, look at that. I love that Grateful Dead shirt. How are you doing coming from the, what is that, the Aloha Cave over there?
The Aloha Cave. 50 years ago, Europe of 72 was released.
Yeah, I thought it was the Europe 72 shirt. You know, is it 1972? Is it 2022? Craig, I don't know.
How long ago was 1972? Like 100 years ago?
50.
Dang.
He was a math major, and he is in charge of revenue, right?
Yeah, right.
If it was before 1987, it might as well have been the year 2. Like there's nothing really that matters.
His new name should be Zygote Dave on today's show, maybe. So, Craig, listen, I'm ready for the show, but I don't know what time it is, Craig. We can't get this started until you tell me what time it is.
It's time for an audit.
Yeah. Hey, everybody, welcome to the one and only Friday Night Audit, the only show guaranteed to make you question all of your life decisions. What are you doing with your time? What are you doing with yourself? Not making good use of it. Craig Sullivan, how are you, my friend? Good to see you, buddy.
Good seeing you. I'm great. How are you? I hear the Houseman Swim Club Smokehouse Resort and Dispensary.
All right. For the 8,757,000th time, Houseman Resort Pool Club Smokehouse and now dispensary, thanks to Perfect Cell Dave over there. But I'll tell you, I'm excited, Craig, because finally spring is happening. Although it was like freezing cold this morning. I couldn't believe how cold it was, but now it's finally warmer. I put some ribs up on the grill and I've been the smoker at like 11 in the morning, and it's all coming together. Oh, God, now what?
When it's cold out at the exclusive Houseman Pool Club Smokehouse Resort Dispensary Playhouse, do you guys have outdoor heaters for guests to stay comfortable?
No, we do not have outdoor heaters to.
He's got a tent for you.
Yeah. Well, we've already talked about pitching a tent, and we were very uncomfortable about that whole kind of conversation. What can I tell you? Craig, did you ever get to see the Grateful Dead back in the day?
I did several times. Yeah, some of the best concerts I've ever been to.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
That was one of the things I really liked.
Notice he said
going to
concerts he's ever been to, and not concerts he actually remembers being at.
Right. Yeah, absolutely true. I was just with a buddy when I was at the Fish Shows last week. I was with a buddy and we were reminiscing about one of the Dead shows that we went to in 1993 in Louisville, Kentucky, and how we were feeling after we might have eaten some stuff that we were, got in the parking lot. So,
yes.
That was, I know, no, not today. Yeah.
Well, you know what else, Glenn?
Yeah.
Last week we forgot to do something. I think it kind of ties right in with the Grateful Dead
Oh my goodness, what is that?
50th anniversary.
Yeah.
Last Friday was Earth Day and we missed it. But more importantly, it was the beginning of Birkenstock season.
Oh, nice.
So the Uggs can now go away.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. We'll have an unboxing, the first unboxing on the show.
Oh, hold on. I got to put you on a single shot. This is awesome. Look at you, man.
There we go.
I love it.
We got the new Birkenstocks in. We're set.
That's great.
Now, if I could, I would have Trucking or Casey Jones or some other Grateful Dead song on, but obviously we can't do that.
Now,
I think our friends at Warner Communications or Brothers or Discovery Warner, whatever they're calling themselves today, would probably copyright.
By the way, big news today. We have not. Friday Night Audit has not yet been picked up by Discovery Plus, but we're hoping. Maybe another week or so we'll get there. All right. So
and the other thing is that obviously Arnie Garfinkel and I, we're not successful with our bid
Right.
for Twitter.
What?
And
But it was like
we're
$80.
we're still waiting to hear back from Netflix on our offer. So I wanted to sweeten that.
Right.
Now, we're still going to give you $101, but now from 2 Pelican cases to 3.
What?
That way, all 3 of those guys, when they retire, they can each have a Pelican case, and they can still split 1 share of Disney stock.
This is insane.
Okay?
This is insane. Craig, you're really, you do know I have 2 kids going to college next year, right? I mean, you're putting me in financial peril over here. All right. That's.
But I think you resolved that, didn't you?
No.
I thought you had agreed to some medical tests.
Yes.
That you were being paid for.
There was that. I'm going to, it's really funny you should say that. I'm looking at my calendar now. On June 4th, I'm flying out to China. They're going to take one of my kidneys from me. And I'm going to head over to Mongolia. They're taking a slice of my liver because there's a guy there that, is going to pays big bucks for that sort of thing. So that's exciting. And based on what I've got to pay next year, that both of those things should get me about 45 minutes worth of class time for one of my kids. So I'm very excited about it. Yeah.
Hey, you're definitely making progress.
All right. Speaking of making progress, it looks like our guest has got great internet. So why don't you introduce who we got going on here today?
Well, a lot of you may know him as Drew or Andrew or 6 Degrees.
Right.
Okay. Because he is 6 Degrees.
Yep.
Everything is 6 degrees of separation from Drew Hardy, the president of 24/7 Hotels, and our roving reporter at Coachella, Drew Hardy.
Drew Hardy, so great to see you, my friend. It's just awesome. So you're reporting to us live. This is our first guest on location at a music festival. I freaking love music festivals. Drew, I don't understand country music, but you're here to try to help us today be our mediator, get us to understand why we got to love all this stuff that you're into. How is Stagecoach, man? So cool.
Well, thank you. Can you hear the crowd roar when you were speaking, Glenn? I have the PA system here, and everybody's going crazy.
Everything. Right, your noise canceling headphones are fantastic.
It's been 2 years since Stagecoach kicked off. We're going to kick off this morning. Everybody's excited. I did something a little bit different this year. I went to the RV resort, so I'm doing some camping. Everybody set up. Greg said I'm 6 degrees. I'm 206 degrees right now. It is boiling out here, but I'm sitting right between the main stage and the Palomino stage.
Right.
I think today, Glenn, I don't understand how you don't understand country music because you're so into barbecue.
Dude, seriously, but I love old school country music. I'm a dude who appreciates everything before Garth Brooks. Something happened there that doesn't hit my New York sensibilities. I don't know, things changed after that. I love bluegrass too. I love all of that stuff, but I can't connect with modern country music. So tell me why I'm wrong. Why am I missing out? What the heck is wrong with me, Drew Hardy?
Well, I'll tell you the problem. I think you're too tight. You don't give it a chance. You're not even giving it a chance. Does Smokey Robinson count? Does Smokey Robinson count as old school country music? Because I'm getting excited to see him tomorrow night. And the best thing about Stagecoach is the people are so awesome. Everybody's friendly. Everybody's out to have a good time. You get a good mix of music. So Glenn, even if you came out and you still couldn't wrap your head around new country trends, there's something for everybody.
Definitely. You know what?
I think they're bringing Willie Nelson.
So Willie Nelson is freaking awesome, and he falls into that old school country guy kind of thing to me. I think I mentioned it once here on Friday Night Audit, Craig, where I was in Bellagio and he was playing the piano at the bar right there off the lobby. So just hanging out. That was really freaking cool. Oh,
I feel like you and Willie Nelson have a lot more in common than just music tastes.
So I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what's missing out on
my hair,
Glenn.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's your turn. Go.
Okay, so I'll tell you what you're missing out on in country music. Think about country music that I love so much. And, I'm passionate about music. It's big in our company because everybody has a connection to music. You can hear a lyric, you can hear a sound, you can hear a tune. and it takes you back to a moment in time somewhere, and you emotionally connect with it.
Right.
The reason I like country music is it doesn't matter who the country artist is, old or new, and every country song, at least every lyric, at least tells one third of my life story.
Well, that's pretty cool.
And I think your problem is you're not open to hearing about your life story.
But listen, I love the psychology that you're talking about. But honestly, Drew, I think the real issue is that I grew up in a town that didn't allow music or dancing, and it was really very difficult. It was teacher John Lisco, and he just made it so difficult. He couldn't take it. He had to drop off.
That's because this joke was floundering so hard, and he just.
Hey,
I unfortunately have a very stable connection.
Sometimes you just gotta cut loose, foot loose.
I unfortunately I couldn't go anywhere because my connection is nice and stable. But he had a good reason to get off, and he took it full flesh. But again, Glenn, as you always say, you wouldn't be a good Jew if you didn't hang out in the Catskills during the summer. So I guess it makes sense.
That's true. All right, Drew Hardy making his triumphant return. Great to see you again.
But you know what? Drew took me to the first Kiss concert I've ever been to.
That's pretty cool.
He does have a wide taste when it comes to music.
So Drew, I gotta, we gotta do something important before we continue this conversation about why I am not willing to connect with my life story and my childhood fears and all of that stuff. But first, so Dave doesn't yell at me, we got to do this. That's right. It's cocktail time. Sure, Craig and I already have South, but Drew, you had some trouble finding where to get the good stuff. What are you drinking?
I can tell you, I think I covered the entire grounds looking for what I was trying to drink. But when I finally found it, they were close, but not perfect. I was looking for Jack Daniels, and I found Jameson.
Well,
and the
that's
reason
not bad.
This is my go-to drink. It stayed, I'm in good shape. The reason it's my go-to, my saying at Coachella is keep your friends close, but keep your whiskey closer.
I like it. You know what?
That's a good one, Drew.
Drew, I think music festivals are some of the coolest things, and I've been to a lot of them in my day. It's a great opportunity to have great food, meet amazing people, and see all sorts of different bands. How many different bands do you plan on seeing while you're there, and who are you most excited about this weekend?
Glad you asked. I plan it out pretty good. I'm here. I want to immerse myself as much music as possible. The gates open at 12. They start the third stage early. I've already researched some artists. The thing I like best about is they usually have some artists in the lineup that you're probably not that familiar with, but if you dig into the music, they're pretty darn good.
I'm looking at all the names now. I actually know Marcus King Band, which is really pretty cool. I've seen Carrie Underwood. She played a Wyndham event, an annual conference. She crushed it over there. I know Luke Combs. Black Crowes kind of goes into the universe of me with music. Obviously, everybody on the planet knows Smokey Robinson. There's some other really good bands here. It looks like that was a
very, very, very presumptuous assumption.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that you're about 12 years old, so you might not know Smokey Robinson.
And he's going to be reminding us that all
night. Drew, Dave refuses to acknowledge that anything happened before 1987. It's insane.
The world didn't happen.
I think unfortunately, most people at this age do.
Yep.
So
I know,
they're just going to turn the page and move on. So as far as my set list, I'm going to hit it pretty early. I'm going to get some of those lesser known names and then hit the headliners every night.
Yep. So what's your strategy? So Drew, we got a lot of things in common here when it comes to these events. It's a lot of hours. It's big heat. You're drinking and all of that. What are some of your strategies to make sure that you can see the last band at night and enjoy it as much as the first few ones in the afternoon?
I stick to my motto. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
Right.
So, Drew, Daniel has a question for you. What's the food scene like over there?
I would tell it's been 2 years since I've been here, and I came in and I thought I could close my eyes and walk to where I was going. It took me 30 minutes. It changed a lot, and for the better. The Palomino stage looks expanded. The food offerings, the different camps and outlets and food places looks pretty amazing. So I was walking by here and I was very tempted to stop. I got a lot of work to do this weekend. And Glenn,
what have you eaten so far?
I had to run in here to get to this podcast.
Yeah, he hasn't really had a
This
chance.
It's my first time stepping on festival grounds right now.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, wow. Look at us being, listen.
Exclusive.
If that doesn't tell you about the influence of Friday Night Audit, nothing will.
Yeah. By the way, there's YouTube streams going on right now. If you guys want to catch if you want to catch Stagecoach 2022, starting at 6:30 East Coast time, 3:30 Pacific time. Is that when the first band goes on, Drew?
Well, they've started at the third stage over there. I have my set list picked here.
Nice.
I was going to look after. I know today from top of mind, I have a few key visits I got to make at 3 o'clock, which unfortunately you're just missing it because I was going to try and weasel my way in and get up next to Guy. But Guy Fieri is taking over his barbecue smokehouse here at 3 o'clock today. Oh. And the best part is he's bringing one of my favorite bands, Midland's going to be there.
That's pretty cool.
Smokehouse with him. And then Midland plays about 5 or 6 on the main stage tonight. And then, of course, I'm going to take Thomas Rhett as a headliner. I like Thomas Rhett. Really looking forward to Luke Combs.
Nice.
I know on Sunday, an early set around 5 o'clock, the Mavericks. I haven't heard them personally, but I love them, and I hear they're great. Right.
Mavericks are great.
So that's my plan. But I'm going to be into a lot of food this weekend. It seems like a lot of barbecue. Right now, I walked past it. It was just starting at about. It was just starting around 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock. Yeah. What time is it?
It is 2:17.
It started up with their Dave Conger has the barbecue house now. He's one of the best barbecue restaurateurs in Texas, I understand.
That's awesome.
So for those of us who don't know where you are, where are you? Explain what Stagecoach is and where you actually are in the country.
I am out in the desert in the Palm Springs area in Indio at the Empire Polo Grounds, which is the same venue people associate more with Coachella, which is one of the biggest music festivals in the country. Brings the who's who's, the Hollywood stars from everywhere. It just played the last 2 weekends, and every year you have 2 weekends at Coachella, and it's followed by Stagecoach, which I think is probably the premier country music festival in the country.
Really? That's awesome. So you're a regular, you go as every year they hold it, you try to get there?
I try.
So, all right. So Drew, I would, back in the day, I would go to these festivals because my favorite band, Fish, would do these things. They would do these big, giant weekend festivals in far-flung locations kind of thing. So as we started to get older, we would rent an RV and do all of that. What are you doing? Are you pitching a tent? How did you figure all of this out? Because I know you're not leaving the grounds probably all weekend long.
Glenn, you're a man after my own heart. I love to camp and do all that fun stuff, be in it. This is the first year I finally wised up. I got myself a vehicle. I was a little late. I couldn't get an RV spot.
Right. So what'd you do?
I'm park camping.
Oh, cool.
I got a vintage 1978 VW bus.
Oh, Craig, I have to skip ahead.
Bring up that third picture. Yeah.
This is what you got right there.
That is what I got. So you were leading the witness. You knew what I.
Honestly, I'm too stupid. I didn't put 2 and 2 together. It took me all the way there to the VW bus. That's when I realized what was going on.
So I got a little nervous. I set up camp, but I brought. I know it looks like I'm really hanging with Rip Wheeler from Yellowstone. But that's just a cardboard cutout because
wait, what? That's not really him?
Wow, I'm so disappointed now.
Wow, I thought
it's so lifelike, Drew. I thought you were the cutout.
Cut would not be something to describe my bodily dimension, Craig. So, what do you guys want me to do to get you into the Stagecoach experience there? I don't know what to do. I can't really take you right up to a stage, can I? And blast out the music.
Just walk up to some of the people, ask them if they're excited to see Sammy Hagar tonight. Let's see what the response is. Let's come up with some questions. And if the audience wants to contribute some questions for Drew to ask, we'll pass those on to Drew as well. But let's start out. Ask somebody if they're excited to see Sammy Hagar tonight.
What would Craig do for entertainment if there was not a thing such as asking random people questions?
So do I?
I'd be watching YouTube.
So how do I do this when I don't have a microphone and a cameraman? Do I sit them with me like this?
We'll be able to. We should be able to hear them.
Yeah, have them stand next to you and in frame with you, and then you can ask them the question, and your microphone should pick it up.
Here's a nice couple right here. Hey, excuse me.
Glenn, you're a ghost.
When'd you guys get here? We just got here
last night.
Last night? Yeah. Do you mind if I'm on a live show right now and they want me to get out and kind of fill out the crowds doing this is, can you see us?
Yes, we can.
Here's Stagecoach.
Yeah.
Got this nice couple got here last night.
Yes.
So I want to ask you, how do you guys feel about what's your plan for, have you been here before?
Yes. This is our 5th time.
5th time.
Yes.
So you love it.
Yes.
Who are you most excited to see?
I would say Terry Underwood.
Thomas Rat or Luke Combs, probably. The headliners.
All right.
Yes.
Are you guys going tonight?
We'll be here all night. Yes.
Are you excited to see Sammy Hagar?
Sammy who?
Sammy Hagar.
Where's he going to be at?
Is he on Palomino or Main
Yeah,
Stage?
probably
I know. I
Palomino.
think he's on the Palomino.
He's more old school, right?
Yes.
He is old. I
Yeah.
touch him with the
Like
old.
Southern
This is an old school
rock
crowd.
Yeah, we love Sammy Hagar.
Well, I appreciate you guys joining the show. You guys want me? Do you have any more questions? Do we have more questions for a couple here?
Ask them if they're staying for the whole event.
Are you staying for the whole thing?
Yes.
Yes.
They are. This is their 5th time.
Nice.
They don't
Yeah.
come here to go from.
Normally, if you're in this section right here, which is corral seating, you're paying.
coming for all night.
Yeah, you're paying over $1,000 a seat. So ideally, you're going to come for the 3-day event.
I didn't even know I was paying that much, guys.
Wow. Well, how nice it is to
So
meet
this
you,
is
Drew
what
Harvey.
it is.
Hey, when you're the president of a hotel company, you don't have to worry about it.
Unfortunately, you guys can't hear, but they can hear you.
Yeah, we,
I can hear them.
Hey, Drew,
Drew,
ask them what their favorite drink is, and if they start with like one type of cocktail early and then move to a different one later on in the evening. I'm curious
Do I have to
about.
repeat them? Or
I want to learn about
you
their
hear them
drinking
okay?
strategy. Yeah, I can totally
can you hear them okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are doing a good job. They totally hear you.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
want to know your drinking strategy here. Do you start with a certain drink during the day and then pace yourself? They're long hot days.
well, look, this is not a sprint; it's a marathon. So there's 3 days here.
Yes.
2 drinks water. 2 drinks water.
You got that? 2 drinks
Yeah.
water. 2 drinks water.
That's what she does. I don't go. I go.
I
go against the grain, so I just kind of.
What he drinks grain?
Sprint it the whole weekend. You know what I mean? Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
He just sprints the whole way.
Woo!
Nice. Nice. Hey, thank you for being
Well, hey,
on the
thank
show.
you guys.
Thank
Appreciate it.
you.
Thanks for being on the show. That was entertaining. Are you signing off with me, Craig?
No,
No, Drew, you're not going anywhere.
No,
that was great, man.
Find somebody else to talk to, Drew. You're doing a great job as our roving reporter.
Well, I just
At least
came back to my
you
base
rope a
camp
dope
because
somebody to this, Craig.
Somebody took my stool.
Oh, see? Drew, Bill Swank wants to know what your cowboy hat is.
That's a good question. I know Bill, so he knows how to get to me. I spent a lot of money on a cowboy hat. I'm still not comfortable wearing it yet. It's sitting in my
And
PW.
just so that the audience
Sitting-
knows,
sitting-
Bill Swank was one of the founders of 24/7 Hotels, and he retired.
I just got a reminder here. The Cactus Blossoms are coming on at 2:40. That is a group I had to put in there to see. So this is like a fun crowd here too. You guys mind? I'm doing a podcast show. Do you guys mind live at Stagecoach? You mind answering questions?
Absolutely.
All right, you got a willing crowd here. Hello, everybody.
Great.
Hi, what's your name, Dave?
So I Drew. You can't hear them.
Put the
unfortunately.
camera
I
down.
can't
I'm gonna put it back in a one shot.
Down?
I'm sorry, Dave.
Okay,
Sorry.
there we go. They put you guys on.
Very sexy.
Hey, welcome.
I'm the live roaming reporter, so I'm going to hear questions. They can hear you actually through my microphone.
All right, what questions you have?
Who are you? They have a question for you. Who are you?
We're Friday Night Audit. It's drinking and having fun.
I have to wait every minute.
It's called Friday Night Audit. It's
Friday
a,
audit
yeah.
day.
There's a,
So what questions do they have?
what questions do you have for him?
What's your favorite drink when going to a music festival?
There, yeah, no.
What's your favorite drink when going to music festival?
Drink?
Drink.
This one right here.
This one. Malibu rum pineapple.
That's right.
Did you
And
order that here?
whiskey.
Right
Yeah,
here.
and whiskey.
And
whiskey.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Malibu rum and
That's all
pineapple.
whiskey.
Wait, can we
This
do a
all whiskey.
cheers?
I always say cheers.
Stagecoach.
Wow. That's pretty cool.
See, the crowd's always fun here. And like I said, keep your friends
Right.
close, but your whiskey closer.
Yes.
Any other questions for this group?
How many
Yeah,
times
ask
have you
them
been
how
out?
many times they've been to Stagecoach.
How many times you been to Stagecoach?
07.
year.
Since 07.
Every year. Since
Yeah.
07.
Yep.
I'm probably blocking you out. Sorry.
No. Since
And
07.
we've been here 3 years.
And we will never miss.
We've been here 3 years.
Flip the camera
So I
down.
do have
Let's see
to
the
ask-
women.
I do have to ask you, are you who are you most excited to see?
We just saw Spencer Crandall. It's friggin' amazing.
You just
My
see Spencer
favorite
Crandall?
is Lee Bryce.
Lee Bryce.
Lee Bryce?
Lee Bryce. Yep.
Oh, we have
Can't
two
wait
I
to
love
hear it.
Luke. I love all the headliners.
What about you?
Lee Bryce.
I gotta be honest. Ryan, and what's the other Ryan?
Ryan Griffith. We just
Griffith. Oh, I like, yeah, he's good too. Yeah,
You know this crowd's going to be too smart for me to ask Sam Hagar a question, don't you?
Right.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Hey, Drew, ask
Are you
them if
anxious-
they're
are you
willing to
anxious to see
spend
Sammy Hagar
$1,000 a night to
Yes.
stay at your hotel.
Hell yes!
Look at Tim. He's
Sammy
like, what?
Sammy Hagar here. No.
No.
Should we bring it back home to the hotels? So when you travel, what hotels do you prefer?
We don't. We
Okay.
can't.
Well, not
They're
here,
okay.
not here, just in general.
They just come stay in our RV for
Yeah.
free.
But their RV is like, you know,
But
It's
aside from
Whatever
Stagecoach,
has a, like,
where
it's
do you
got
go?
two
hotels?
bathrooms in it. Come on.
Favorite hotels? Marriott,
JW.
Hyatt.
There you go.
Nice.
Here's
Hey,
some hotel stuff for you guys.
Hey, Drew,
There we go.
ask them if they're just like buying food or are they like barbecuing and doing all that sort
That's
of.
a good question. 'Cause you guys are
Wow.
camping, right?
Yeah.
So are you buying food mostly, or are you barbecuing?
You can't barbecue.
Yeah, you can't barbecue. They don't allow it.
But if you have an
You
RV,
don't want
No, they don't allow
You
it.
can cook in
Cook
the
inside, but you can't cook outside.
you
He
cook
doesn't know
inside.
how to
Yeah.
cook a pizza. It's always raw.
Yeah.
Like, you know what sandwiches?
You guys are going to
Drew,
start a
get
fight
the
here.
women in the shot too.
Wow, that's fucked up. I had no idea.
Oh, sorry. I didn't have everybody in here. Can you hear them still out this far?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Dry will burn.
So you
have they been
What's
stage?
the question?
Yeah.
None of them been Stagecoach. Matter of fact, we're trying to convince
Where
one of
they
the guys what he's missing out on,
Oh my
what he
God.
doesn't see.
Oh my
The
And
thing is that people are so nice. I don't care who you bump
turn
into.
around and talk to me, and then show your podcast down. This is what he's missing out on.
No.
Oh, jeez.
Oh my God.
she's trying to sanitize. She's trying to make the podcast shut down on me.
Listen,
Why for
Go
sure?
ahead.
It is
Do it,
called Friday
do it.
Night Audit.
yeah, so
Yeah.
It's a bikini. Bikini. Bikini.
Come
She's
on.
challenging me.
Bikini.
Show the glutes.
Was that good?
Nice.
oh,
That's beautiful.
Look, he
Hey
just
now.
booked his ticket. He just booked his
He's
flight.
coming out.
Okay. Sorry. So you have any more questions, or we can leave it alone now?
No. They're like, we're out.
Try-
Thank them.
What's that?
Tell them thank
Yeah.
you.
Cheers.
They all said thank you very much.
That's
I
awesome.
appreciate it. Cheers. You guys are great. Good sports.
Great time.
That's what I said. First thing I said, it's great people. Okay, thanks, guys. Okay. You're going to have to sanitize this show a little bit.
I know. This is great.
No way.
And the amazing thing, it's only 2:30 in
Freedom of
the
speech,
afternoon. I
brother.
can't even imagine what it's going to be like about 7, 8 o'clock tonight when everybody's had some more cocktails.
Hey, we can come back and do a special episode at 8 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, right. I'll probably be asleep and passed out by then. What are you gonna do?
I don't think
Drew-
I ever answered Bill's
Yeah, go for
question,
it.
but you might catch me on Sunday. I might be my cowboy hat on Sunday, and if I do tell Bill, I'll send him a picture.
So did you are you gonna
All
take
right.
off like Monday, Tuesday, so you could like convalesce and recover and just lie in bed and go, oh, what did I do to myself?
No, he's the president of the company. He's got to be there on Monday.
Are you
I
gonna be
never
there?
do
On
that.
Monday? Yeah. What? Be there on Monday?
Of course.
Drew is a trooper.
I was there on Monday.
Yeah, Drew, I think that's amazing. I, under this particular circumstance, would build in an extra day. When I went to go see the four fish shows in a row in Las Vegas last October, Mama didn't raise no fool. I made sure that I had a whole extra day to recover and all of that kind of stuff because you owe it to yourself, Drew. You owe it to yourself.
So, question for you, Glenn. How many? You sound like you do a lot of these. How many festivals do you do every year, on average?
I haven't been able to do it, obviously, in the last couple of years, but I used to do like 1 or 2 of them, or around hippie jam band music kind of stuff. Life became a little bit more complicated. It's really rough. So instead, what I do is I try to build my life around going to fish show weekends and stuff like that. So, for example, this summer, they're doing Atlantic City. Craig's going to fly out, so we're going to do 3 shows and spend the whole weekend in Atlantic City. So it's kind of like the same kind of a thing, but one band instead of a panoply of music because I can't do that as much anymore. But I used to love that.
Fish like you've seen Fish like 130 times or something like that.
Closer to 200. Yeah. So we got a question for you, Bill. Bill Swank is asking, "Hey, Drew, you're going to be in the pits," and he really wants to see you in that cowboy hat.
I'm just wondering, is Dave working? Could somebody shut down Bill Swank's chat?
Oh yeah.
No, and you know what? I'm waiting for Eric Elginson to show up. You know, he knows about the show, and your brother. So
I am gonna be in the pit. I'm gonna be right up front, bumping and grinding with a lot of friendly cowboy fans.
Nice. That's gonna be awesome. For me, like when I was younger, when I was in my 20s, I love being really up close. But the older I got, year by year, I'd fall farther and farther back. Now, my strategy, for example, Craig, when we go to the Atlantic City shows this summer, I think the strategy, what I love is you go to the first set of speakers and kind of stand there, so that way you're not in the thick of the crowds anymore. You have a little movement, you have a little room, and you still get great sound. Drew, I got to applaud you, man, getting there in the thick of things. That's pretty impressive.
Especially at his advanced age.
Well, I'm so glad you said that. I wanted to.
I got a belly on me now. At least it creates enough space around me that I can still move my hips.
Hey, I got to tell you, I loved hanging with Drew, especially when he was single.
Yeah.
Loved being his wingman. We'd go out to all these events. It was hysterical. And out of all the times we were together, there was only one instance that we both wanted to take out the same woman at a place we were
So
at.
what happened?
That never happened.
Well, we were at the House of Blues on the Sunset Strip back in the day, okay? And she was a server there. She was the spitting image of Selma Hayek from Dust to Dawn.
Oh, that's a good Selma Hayek. So,
okay, and
with fangs or
Drew
without?
and I both went, blah, 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 blah. And so he's talking to her, and he's going, well, we have hotels, we do this, we do that. And
never
I
happened.
look at her and I go, Beach House, Hawaii. And what did you say, Drew? Said, I can't match that.
You can
Always
never beat the Baron of Balboa Island.
Except for one time where I was drinking Hurricanes, and it was like, oh my God, it was the worst experience of my life.
Well, I remember when I was single, you would either have to commit to the alcohol or stop drinking if you wanted to chat with any of the woman. You couldn't go both ways after a certain point in the evening.
I was single
looking a little fuzzy there, Glenn. What happened?
Yeah, that's really funny. So, Drew, besides Stagecoach, do you like going to other festivals, or is it just a one and done kind of thing with you?
I actually do. I actually went to the first ever Bottle Rock Festival, which was up in
cool.
Napa.
Nice.
Which is really cool. I actually did that with mutual friend Craig and I know, Moody Igram.
Yeah.
Who is a big music fiend himself. But I try to now and then. They're harder. It's a lot of work doing these things. Like you said, Glenn, a 3-day festival is actually a 6-day ordeal. But
it is. There's a lot of preparation that goes into it too, especially if you're going to be doing any cooking and stuff like that.
It is not easy. We were up at 12 last night cooking a tri-tip.
Wow.
Cutting up the veggies, the onions, because you can't cook outdoors here. So we can only cook inside the Volkswagen Westphalia. Which
Well,
is about a-
I hope that you don't die of carbon monoxide poisoning barbecuing in that little thing over there.
I can't make any promises. So we're up cooking late night. I get up. We're up at 4 a.m. We're on the road. I made the mistake. I had to get another companion car pass. I had to go to will call. They're waving me in there. It was like I was going to a concert already. I'm like, well, no, I don't want to go to the show yet. And they're like, no, this is will call. And they brought me in there. I had to park on the outside, stand in the line. It was an hour and a half. I got my companion pass, and it took me another 2 hours to get into the festival, which is why I was running late for the show.
Wow.
Yeah, so I think that this represents what you had to do.
There you go. Yep. That was 10 o'clock this morning. Drew set that over.
Wow.
I had all my tickets, but I needed one extra car parking pass, and this is what I had to go through to do that.
That's insane.
I was actually setting up to let Craig know I was going to be late.
Yeah.
But they got it pretty well wired.
A number of years ago, Glenn, I went to Boise, Idaho to go to their festival, the River Festival. It was, ranked as the sixth best festival in the nation at the time. We went for 3 years in a row, Glenn, before it ended up going away. Or Drew, it was so much fun. That was a great time up there.
One of the best festivals ever. They took it away one year. There's too much trash on the river. I'm a Boise native, so I'm a big fan of Boise. But it was a wonderful festival. They took it away. They brought it back. They took it away again. For all the reasons a lot of festivals die. They're poorly managed.
That's a shame.
What do you think our festival would be? The Friday Night Audit Festival. What would it be?
A trash fest?
Yeah, shit show.
Aside from Fish, what would be the musical acts you guys would bring?
Oh, Sammy.
Yeah, and Wayne Newton. And let's see. What else? Drew, you name someone that's got to come to our music festival. I want it to be super eclectic. I'd love David Byrne. That would be really cool. Maybe a Talking Heads reunion. Nothing too fancy.
You can do a
Young Dubliners would be another one.
Kiss, yeah, that'd be great. Dave doesn't know any of these bands because again, 1987.
What else would you bring?
We have to bring in the Young Dubliners as well.
Yeah. Hey Dave, what kind of music are you? What kind of bands do you like, or something like that? Being that you hate everything that was good and wholesome.
Does he know what music is?
Yeah.
No, I never heard of the music before. Honestly, I'm not a big music person, to be honest with you. I just kind of listen to whatever's on, but I can't really sit here and say that I have like a favorite band or musical artist. I did go to a Dua Lipa concert with my daughter in February, I want to say. Right. And it was really cool. She was awesome. She rocked it. But I can't sit here. I really honestly can't be like I have this favorite bands because I really just don't.
That's interesting. It's too bad.
Hey,
it's boring.
Dave, do you know Diplo? Did I say that right? You know Diplo?
I don't actually.
Yeah, I know that.
DJ.
You see, I'm in the late 90s, early 2000s when I was growing up as a young kid. So
yeah, so music.
If you name stuff like then, I'll know it. But like the new stuff, I'm too old, and all your stuff, I'm too young. So
you're not. I mean, honestly, when I grew up, I knew all the bands of like the 1940s, 50s, and 60s because
that's because you were like already like 30 years old in the 1940s.
Hey, David, let the audience see you. I mean, you don't have your hair gelled today. Let's start another thing. Do you like David better with his hair gelled or not?
No. Craig. That's a whole different episode.
All right, hold on. So
this is why I can't say things.
Carol's asking Gin Blossoms. Did you know Gin Blossoms?
Is that a drink?
Oh God.
Oh my God.
It is, but it's also a band. Guns N' Roses.
Of course, that's fair.
Right.
I mean, come on, I'm not completely.
Hey, Drew, find somebody else in the tent and ask them if they know Slash is playing tonight.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Craig just wants people to get punched in the face. That's really what Craig.
That's really what this is all about. I agree.
And he's learned he's not going to get it with me because I'm not doing it. So, did I ever tell you guys a story about when I thought Pat Benatar was a man?
Why am I not surprised?
I swear to God. So I was working at one of my hotel airports, and it was a Sunday morning, early, like 8:30. There's a guy out front, very anxious. Like I can see he's walking around, he's pacing around. So I go outside, and I'm like, hey, can I help you? Are you okay? He's like, we ordered a pickup for this equipment, and it's not here yet, and we have a very tight schedule. Like, okay, well, I'll figure out where it is. What is this for? He's like, well, this is the band equipment. They're supposed to pick it up, bring it over there, come back and get everybody. And I don't want my person to be staying around in case I don't want people to be around them. And I'm like, okay, who is it? And he's like, it's Pat Benatar. And I'm like, okay, no problem. Do you want me? I don't know. The thing is, but if you don't want to be out here, you want me to bring him out the back entrance, out the employee entrance. And he was just like, no, it's okay. It's okay. He didn't even correct me. He just said no. He just said no, it's okay. And then I go back inside and I tell the front desk agent, who at the time who was older than me, and I was like, hey, do you know who Pat Benatar is? And they were like, what? Yeah. And I was like, yeah, apparently he's here. And the agent was like, no, it's a she. And I'm like, really? She's like, yeah. Are you kidding me? I'm like, no, I have no idea who this person is.
So, Chris,
I got an idea.
Yeah, what's that, Drew?
Let's play a game with Dave. Dave,
yeah, go for it.
Guy or girl? Blondie. Guy or girl?
Guy or girl? What?
Blondie.
Girl.
Group, actually.
You're right.
Right?
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
See, I had a 50-50 chance.
Well, these days it's a 1 in 47 chance, I think.
Oh yeah. Maybe not nowadays. But back in your guys' day, it's a 50-50 shot.
So Crystal, who works on our amazing team, Def Leppard, Poison, Joan Jett, and Motley Crue in June. So excited for this show. And she was born in 1983.
Right, well, go back because I've heard of Def Leppard. I've heard of Poison. I have no idea who Joan Jett is. And I've heard of Motley Crue.
All right.
Is Durain still watching? Because I know Durain gets very, very, very frustrated when we talk about my age.
Holy crap. Craig, Durain, if you're out there, Earth, Wind, and Fire IHG conference in 3 weeks in Las Vegas. So I'm going to go see Earth, Wind, and Fire.
That's impressive.
Nice.
Yeah. Very excited about that.
Bill Swank.
I got to tell you,
Bill Swank wants to know.
You're going to love that.
Yeah.
What is the
I'm trying to get there for IHG, so hopefully that's going to come through.
I hope you can go to that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bill wants to know what is the beverage of choice in the 1977 Volkswagen Westphalia.
Bill knows that answer. It is my famous Velvet Hammer. It's a blended margarita.
Yes.
It's a blended margarita. I learned it from my Uncle Mike. It's a secret recipe. And we call it Velvet Hammer because you don't know what hit you.
Yeah. And it's true. It's true. Put up Durain's comment, would you, Glenn?
Yeah.
Which one?
Well, Dave's in charge. I'm not touching anything. I'm not allowed.
You're not. Absolutely not.
I think she said something about a date with Glenn, and it's like,
for Earth, Wind, and Fire when they're playing the conference. But you got to come, Craig. You got to be there.
Durain, you got to get me in. I'm working it on the IHG side, but get me in, please.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So to answer Daniel's,
Craig, we could totally do a special Friday night audit edition before that. Let's.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Craig, I'm going to come back to Daniel's question in a second, but Craig, if we do a Friday night audit special, will you walk up to Earth, Wind, and Fire and ask them a question on air?
Absolutely.
Okay, good. I want to see the security team let you do that too.
I will ask them if they would bring you on the road to be their security chief.
They don't. I don't even know who they are, so they don't want me doing that.
Yeah, I want Dave to ask them if when they go up to someone to say, "Are you Earth, Wind, or Fire?"
I should. Oh, I would definitely do that. So Daniel wants to know, Mark Wahlberg, what was his band's name? And I'm gonna have to. This is a challenge because I don't know it.
God,
I don't know it, but I know it. Like I know he was in a band. I know it was like a boy band or something like that. We lost Drew, but that's okay. I know his name was Marky Mark.
That's
I do know that.
And
And the Housemans.
No, Funky Bunch.
The Funky Bunch.
Seriously, is the Funky Bunch? That was the answer?
I believe so. Yeah. Crystal, make sure. Could you confirm that is Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch for us? I've got to go back in time in order to make that happen.
Where's Stephanie? I haven't seen her.
Durain has no stroke with IHG any longer. Let's go in as a vendor. What? Oh, why not, Durain?
It's so sad. That's so sad.
That is.
I hate losing that. So while we're waiting for Drew, I thought it might be fun to show you guys just a moment or two of what we saw, of what I missed because I didn't go to that night, the fish show over at the at MSG. Check this out. They did for their fake New Year's gig.
Nice.
That is, they've got drone whales and dolphins and stuff, and they created this whole underwater atmosphere over there.
Love it.
How cool is that?
Why didn't you go to New Year's?
Because I didn't have tickets for that night. So hey, Drew. So this is a fish show that was from last week, and they had they made it seem like it's an underwater atmosphere, and they had drone dolphins and whales going. What do you think of that?
Where was this?
Madison Square Garden last week.
I missed the conversation. I got cut off here, so I just came back.
I would have loved to see. So when we went to the Atlantic City Fish concert, let me just say that I saw some people on some wild shit. See some wild shit that wasn't actually there. So I can only imagine if those same people were on the same things that they were on in Atlantic City at that concert, what they were thinking and seeing when that all happened.
Yeah, I'm sure people had a really good time because when they do they do a New Year's gag, and because they postponed the shows until now because of the Omicron variant, they still did it. They just didn't do it with the New Year's countdown. So I'm sure people were very well aware that there was going to be a great fun thing. So they probably drugged accordingly.
Durain says, how do I not know who Joan Jett is? Well, the answer to that question, Durain, is that I am under the age of...
No, that's not an excuse.
Don't do it.
Bad music education is no
excuse. The wrath of hell will come down on you. Do not do it. I'm telling you right now. You do not want your wife to be a widow.
So I'm not under the age of, I'm looking up Joan Jett, 63 is Joan Jett years old. So that's how old Joan Jett is.
This will be the last time David will be on the show because he will no longer be breathing.
So we have her.
I'm still curious where these whales and drones were.
What's that? What's that, Drew?
I'm still trying to figure out where these whales and drones were.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. It's a pretty cool looking thing, right?
Inside Madison Square Garden.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So what they did was they for New Year's Eve they do a special show, and as I was saying, they delayed the shows because of the Omicron variant, but they still went ahead with the New Year's shtick. So they created this whole underwater atmosphere with a particular song that they played along with it.
But why is the New Year's underwater? Like, what is the connection to New Year's under the water?
Oh, they just do a different thing every single year. And this year they just decided to do something cool underwater.
Hey, Drew, what do you think? Security guards behind you?
Yeah,
those are
they
real
just
cops.
all showed up.
I want you to go over there and ask them to give you a breathalyzer test.
So you're trying to make sure I miss this festival this week. Is that right, Ray?
That's Craig's intention is just to cause as much trouble. Durain says
she's incensed.
I'm getting my pink slip today from Craig and Glenn. Perfect Cell Dave. Go do your day job. I can't honestly, Durain. I can't say I'm as good. I can't say that I'm any better at my day job than I am at this job.
All security?
That's right.
Really not much going on.
All right, hold on.
So this on a podcast, but they asked me since can one of you give me a breathalyzer?
He's really doing it.
It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, Ray.
Okay.
Hey, at least he didn't get kicked out because that was
ask him what group he really wants to see play tonight.
I think my last.
I think we're gonna be done with. I think we can be done with security. Can we leave security?
Ask him if he's got a joint.
It's only Friday afternoon. Don't fuck him.
So let me ask you guys a question, though. Serious question, because it's interesting.
I'm trying, guys. I've never done this.
Bands.
Bye, Mary.
You're doing great, Drew.
How certain bands and like Fish, we were at Fish. I have never heard of Fish until you.
Thank you.
Right.
And when we were in Atlantic City, there were tens of thousands of people at that. Like the whole boardwalk went to that show, basically.
Yeah.
Right. And you look at like bands like Metallica and some of these other older bands that still sell out like football stadiums. So
That's right.
what is the difference between a band like that has, we'll call quote unquote their prime has come and gone, but they have such long lasting staying power that they can sell out 40,000 tickets to a beach concert or 70,000 tickets to a football stadium versus other bands that may be just as hot or popular in the time, but they're barely selling out like the Red Bank Theater.
Yeah. Drew, I don't know how
I got the answer.
Yeah, I'd like to know what it is with the country music community because I got definitely comment on that. How do you see it?
Well, I think the answer to Dave's question in that situation is weed. I think that's probably the thing I put my finger on. Grateful Dead. Is Fish the new Grateful Dead?
Yes, for sure.
Yes. East Coast, yeah.
They're also like one of the top touring bands in the world, just like the Grateful Dead. Yeah.
Which the Grateful Dead was.
So you're asking me, what's the staying power for country?
What makes a band have that kind of look at again? We were in Atlantic City, 40,000 people on the beach. You look at that video Glenn just played. That MSG was packed. Yeah. So why was a band who again I've never heard of until then? How would they have? And Glenn, when we were in Atlantic City, it wasn't just people your age, right? There were people that were my age. There were people that were. I'm not even saying that jokingly. I'm serious. Like it's not like it was a whole bunch of 50-year-olds that were reliving the dream. There were people that were my age. There were people that were younger than me. They were all stoned out of their mind too. God. But what is their staying? What makes that band have such staying power? Or other bands like that?
They're good.
They're good.
They really connect with people, but there's also the larger community aspect. And I think that's what Drew is experiencing right now, and what some of the people that he talked about. Right, yeah. You can't really have that longevity without that sense of community. And all of these bands that were in the 70s, 80s, and even 90s were in a different music universe than the way the business developed in the more modern times, which is all about singles. I think there's a lack of emotional connection and also a lack of creativity that makes today's music. I know so many young people, my kids included, who are 18, that love older music because it just seems to be better. And it's the only music that really seems to still be selling. And actually, I've read numerous articles that it's the top streaming music too. So it's something
an emotional connection.
Something very different about the older music than today's stuff.
Yeah.
Exactly. But said, and that was beautiful. Bottle it, put it on the shelf.
Seeing the Mavericks.
What's that?
Find somebody new in the tent. Let's ask them what they're drinking and if they're looking forward to seeing the Mavericks.
Do you have a preference on my selection?
Nope.
Just not security.
You're the roving reporter. Mavericks are great. They put on an outstanding concert.
So tell me the question when we get there. Let me find somebody here because it's thinned out a little bit. I think somebody's on the main stage right now.
Yeah. Are you looking forward to seeing the Mavericks?
I absolutely am. I got that marked on my calendar. I may sleep in and meditate all day just to make sure I don't make any mistakes and miss it. 5 o'clock.
Nice.
That's going to start my Sunday. I'm still looking. So
I interviewed the dog.
Something going.
That's my dog, so that's Makai.
I was gonna say I don't think that's here.
I would love to have Makai interviewed any day of the week. Makai is welcome to be interviewed.
I went to, when I was in Israel 5 years ago, I actually interviewed a camel. It was a really nice.
I've seen that picture.
A lot better than me.
Makai's getting that deep
voice,
Craig.
I would.
Yeah.
There's nobody around, huh, Drew? Well, Glenn, let's bring up Mr. Mayonnaise, and we'll make fun of him for a couple minutes.
So let's do that, and then we'll get out of here. All right, what do we got going on over here?
Why is it blue?
Okay, well, some of you guys may remember the gentleman on the left, Rick West, was on with Durain Lalani last week.
Yep.
The gentleman on the right is his partner who eats mayonnaise on hot dogs. So if you see him anywhere, just don't partake in those disgusting eating habits.
See, now my ketchup isn't so bad, is it?
No, definitely not.
Compared to that, it is not. You're right.
So, hey, listen, guys, it's we're getting to that.
Wait a second, Durain has a very important comment here. Rick is no gentleman. So, Rick, if you're out there, you heard it here first from the woman herself.
Not arguing with you,
the
sis.
legend, Durain.
All right, hold on. We got to do this incredible thing right here, right now. That's right. It's the Palooza. We got to wrap this up because I'm going to go make some cornbread. Drew Hardy, what do you got to plug? What do you got to push? What do you want to say?
It is great to be here with you this afternoon, guys. I got nothing to plug. I got nothing to push.
Not even 24/7
hotel.
He's just vibing out. He's having a good vibe. Let him live.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Well, thanks, Dave. I appreciate that. He was feeling me. I was I hope I was able to do enough to bring this. I wanted to close with the sound set for you, either the main stage when we're at Palomino, but I don't know how I was going to pull that off. But maybe next time we can set this up again.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, brother.
Well, that was awesome, Dave. You got a plug over there?
No, just the same stuff as always. Check out Times Square today. Make sure you check out No Vacancy Live. A lot of cool stuff coming up. A lot of cool shows. I know, Glenn, you're going to be on the road in Vegas a couple times. We have a show coming up at the great new Margaritaville in Times Square in June. I think we're going to make Glenn jump in the pool because we're going to be doing it from the pool deck.
Let's do that. Totally.
You absolutely should. I mean, I'm sure they'd be fine with it.
Yep.
But yeah, make sure you check out all those cool episodes. And again, check out Hospitality MD's documentary on the #1 hotel in the DoubleTree brand. Also, the hotel that Kyle works at should be out right now. I think it is. And do we have the thing still? I don't know if we still have the.
We got him coming on the show.
The link. So. Couple quick comments while we do that. But Durain says, "Great to see you, Drew. Miss you in person, Drew." So Durain says, "Hey." Bill says he loved watching you, Drew. Kim is asking, Glenn, when are you at the CH convention? Are you going to be at the CH convention?
I will be there all week next week. I arrive Monday evening and shall be there throughout the entire week. So I hope to see you all there. I think we're going to be doing two great shows with the Choice folks. Tuesday, I've got a show with some MGM Resorts people since I'm staying at Mandalay Bay. Second and third show looking like Choice people. And then we got a Friday.
Wait a minute. We need to check. We need to check the schedule then.
Pitbull, who's going to be playing the Choice show.
We need to check the schedule and make sure. I think we have a show in the middle there that if we need to reschedule.
We do. We definitely do. I just found out about this. I was going to talk to you about it afterwards.
Oh, okay. So we're just going to keep doing that to me. Okay. So we're just going to keep throwing me in. That's fine.
Curveball.
It's fine. It's fine. One day when I actually have some. Go ahead, Drew.
I'd just like to leave a message. I'm sorry to cut you off there. I just want to make sure that I had my opportunity to leave a message back for Durain. I haven't seen her in years. And like Craig, I think the world of her. And I do miss her too. And tell her if by any chance she gets a wild hair and wants to zip out to Stagecoach this week, and there's still 2.5 days left, and I'll have Red Bull vodka waiting for her.
Durain, the invitation has been drawn. The challenge has been sent out. Now we'll have to find out next week. Did Durain actually make it?
Craig, you got a plug?
Hey, Tuesdays and Thursdays, Click Connect. We've got some great industry leaders. We got Dr. Jeffrey O joining us. We've got Narev Shah from Hyatt joining us. We've got some great leaders in hospitality on our show this season. And I want to thank everybody. We've got over 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel now. So, monetization!
Those pennies are going to come flooding in, dude.
So, yeah.
18 cent checks.
Sounds like Mackay has a plug.
Oh, good.
Was that true?
Sounds like Mackay has.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Dog's barking.
Sounds like Mackay has a plug.
Yeah.
That's for sure. There's definitely a story behind this. Red Bull and vodka. 3 days I lost of my
Always
life.
stories.
Thanks to Drew. So
That's
maybe that's
funny.
a story for Drew's next visit. Maybe we should have Drew and Doreen back on
Hey,
together
did
so
you
they can
wanna
share
come
that
in?
story.
Oh yeah,
All I
absolutely.
gotta say is what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas.
Yeah. That being said, I'll be in Vegas all next week at Choice Hotels. Come and say hello. Come hang out with me on Saturday, the 14th of May. Anthony and I will be doing the keynote speech for Skal USA. Plus, we're getting the Tourism Leadership Excellent Award that night, so I'm super excited about that. Then I'm off to IHG's conference. Come watch me on stage on the 17th of May. I'll be interviewing Keith Barr, CEO of IHG's Global, plus Ellie Maloof. I'm looking forward to having both of those guys on stage with me at the same time.
You better make sure you put a good word in for me.
Well, I'll be truthful with them. So, we'll see what happens. I love Makai. It's great to watch her grow. I'll be at HSMAI doing a speaking gig with them on March 24th in Minneapolis. Looking forward to that.
March 24th.
Hey, 24th. Look forward to that. I want to thank everyone for being here. So for Makai, Drew, Dave, Craig, and myself, we'll see you next week right back here.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, Drew.
Hey, thank you. I'm about to get some barbecue and gonna go watch Midland. So
Nice.
have a good weekend, guys.
All right, see
Take
you later.
care.
Have a great weekend,
See you,
everyone.
Drew.
Bye-bye.
Hey, for this.
Yes, I was wondering why.